Okay, so this video we're going to look at is from a Master Interior Run, which is a class in AKC scent work that a lot of people seem to be kind of afraid of, and it does ask quite a bit of the handler, a little bit more so than some of the classes leading up to this point. But I actually find that this class can be a whole lot of fun. The video you're about to see was Alice's very first master run. So not a terribly experienced dog, but in full disclosure, I have handled several dogs in this class before. And as I said, master can be a little bit of a handler challenge. So it was her first time, but not mine. So master interior is divided into three separate search areas, each of which can have between 0 and 3 hides in them, but the total hides between the three rooms can't be more than 6. So knowing those parameters going in is always a good idea. Let's go ahead and watch our first room. So we had a little interest in a distraction. Note that head snap there. We're going to come back here in a little bit. This is like a craft room at a camp. A little bit of interest here, nothing too major. She kind of wants that distraction toy. And now we're a little bit more interested, and there's our first hide. Got some sniffing here, but notice her body language is pretty stiff. Typically, she gets kind of loose and wiggly when she has a hide. So this looks a little more like distraction sniffing to me than a dog that's in odor. And you'll see we have a distraction again up on that chair. That's an antler. I always like when I'm doing unknown numbers of hides to take 2 passes through a room in opposite directions because even indoors, airflow is definitely a thing. Open cabinet is always a little bit of a clue that a judge might have done an inaccessible, but she really breezed right by that open cabinet like it wasn't even there. So I wasn't too worried about that. Some interest here, but never really an alert. Now, remember I had said we were going to come back here. She'd had some interest at the start. Now we have some more interest. And a paw from Alice is kind of a dead giveaway that you've got to hide. Now you'll notice I check my watch. I always self-time on master classes. And I have gone ahead and called finish there. In master, they do not give you a 30-second warning. So we'd had 2.5 minutes to do this room. I think I had probably at least 30 to 45 seconds left when I went ahead and called finish. But it wasn't a very big room. We had taken 2 passes of it, and I was feeling pretty good that we had found what there was to find. She really didn't indicate any other scent cones. I'd gone back to that other table just one more time before calling finish, and she's pretty well told me there was nothing there. So that was my sign that it was okay to go ahead and call it and head to the next room. So this next room, we had, I believe it was a 2-minute search time. It was a shorter one. This was a hallway with a lot of bunk rooms leading off of it. This is a door, so she's a little curious just because it's a door. So you see there's really no head snap, no indication of odor anywhere. So we've been through that way. We're going to come through this way. Again, interest in the door because it's a door and it leads to a wooded area with critters, but not really much. You see, I check my watch while she's distracted, but she's not wiggly and loose like it's odor. She's just kind of curiosity sniffing. I love this part because you're actually going to see her walk right across the timer's feet because she's working and she doesn't even know there's people there. Okay, so that was Alice's first blank room experience, but it was really not too hard to read her there because she really never head snapped, never got wiggly. She never really gave me any indication that there was odor to be found, and that was because there wasn't. So now we've gotten through 2 of our 3 rooms, and we're heading into the third one, which does give you a little bit more pressure because now if we get this third one, we will have earned a qualifying score. I think that's kind of the challenge of master is that you have to get all of them right in order to qualify. But if you look at each room one at a time, the challenges seem a lot more manageable. So the blue dots indicate the part of the room that's not in play. And I have had a blank room now, so I know that this room must have at least one hide in it because there's only allowed to be one blank room in each search. So these bathrooms were in play, and we were told that we could touch the doors to let our dogs go in. Alice has a history of not liking to search showers. I think there's a little bit of a bath association there. So I'm trying, it's a pretty small room, so I'm kind of hoping if there was odor in the shower that it would have pulled her in. She did a pretty good job of checking that for me. Now we come over here and she's starting to get loose and wiggly, so I moved the door out of her way. I think this could have been a very tough search area if you had a really large dog like a Great Dane, but we have an alert here. Okay, so now we're gonna go back and just recheck that bunk area one more time. Oh, and we have this little bathroom area that we have not checked. And Alice is not sure that it's worth checking this bathroom, but she does. I'm checking my watch now just to make sure we're not in any danger of timing out because I want to just do one more pass through this room. I was kind of going on the assumption that there weren't going to be two hides in that itty bitty bathroom. So we're coming back here. Checking all there one more time, making sure we're getting the nooks and crannies. She makes me think a little bit here when she shows a little bit of interest up, but not really much. At this level, the hides can be 5 feet tall, so that top bunk was definitely in play. So I've gone ahead and called finish, and that was our first master interior cue. So you can see if you look at this one room at a time, it's really not nearly so scary as when you look at the thing is three. It's not three, it's one search, then another search, then another search. And if you take it that way, I think the master classes are really a lot more manageable and not quite so scary.